What's up, decimal babies? We got one last strategy for finding decimals from fractions. Divide the numerator by the denominator. Never going to write that word out full. Never. This is strategy number 3. Boop, boop. So let's say we're going to teach this strategy first of all by teaching just a little bit of basic division. Let's say you have to divide something like 48, and you're dividing it by let's see, 6. No, you know what? Let's do 7. Let's get crafty with it. All right? So, 48 being divided up by 7. You put the 48 in the little house. You put the 7 over here, and you say, how many groups of 7 will go into 48? Well, there's lots of ways to do it. You can keep track of it by counting 7, 14, 21, blah, 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 28. And you can keep going until you get close to 48. You can also just take away numbers a little bit at a time. We could take away 28 right now if we wanted to. But I'm going to just keep going because I'm not so bad at counting by 7s. 35, 42. Oh, and then I'm going to get to 49, so I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 groups of 7 will go into 48. What's that? 42. We've now taken away 6 groups of 7. This is groups. 6 groups so far of 7 go into 48. Well, what's left over? If we take that away, we're left with 6. 7 don't go into 6. All right? Kind of a problem. But we could say that there's 6 left over out of 7. 6 groups and 6 sevenths. This is a great answer, maybe the best. But sometimes you need a decimal, and here's how you could get the decimal answer through division. You say, 7 don't go into 6 anymore. But if we used our imagination, we could pretend that 6 was 10 times bigger. We could put this decimal in here so everybody knows that we're just being crafty and we're pretending that 6 is 10 times bigger. Now 7 does go into 60. It goes into it 7, 49, 50, 63 would be 9 times. 56 would be 8 times. So it goes into it 8 times. 8 groups of 7 go into 60. So we're going to say that's 56. We got 4 left over. 7 doesn't go into 4 either. But if we were crafty and we made it 10 times bigger, 7 does go into 40. It goes into it 35. Ah, right here. It goes into it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. 35. Now, doesn't go into 5, but it would go into a number that was 10 times bigger. Now we're running out of room. It would go in 7 times. You get 49. I'll tell you what, I picked one that is a doozy. We could go on like this for a long time. You know why? 7s repeat forever. But 6 and 6 sevenths is a great answer. 6 is a great answer in decimals. So this is how you divide a big number by a smaller number. All right? It's not something that that you guys are completely unfamiliar with, but it is a tricky process that you can learn, and if you do learn it, it will make you a more powerful mathematician. We're going to step this up just one step and say, all right, what if you had something like a situation like 3/4? Well, I want to show you something. If you want to make this into a decimal, 3/4 could be written like this. You've probably seen that before when you had to type it on a silly laptop or iPad. Look at that slash. That slash is a division sign. Any fraction is really showing 3 things divided up 4 ways. All right, 3 divided by 4. It's good at this point in your math lives to start thinking about this fraction bar as a division sign. So if we can see this evolution of the fraction bar into a division sign, we can see that 3/4 is another way of saying 3 divided by 4. So let's work that. 3 goes in the little house, and we're dividing it by 4. Well, if we take 3 and divide it by 4, right away we're going to say, no, there are 0 groups of 4 that go into 3. But if we imagined that 3 was 10 times bigger, we could say, there are 7 groups of 4 that go into 30. What do we have left over? We have 2 left over. Well, 4 does not go into 2 a whole number of times. But if we were crafty and we thought of 2 as 10 times bigger, 4 could go into 20. It goes into 25 times. And how many is 5 groups of 4? We're now taking away 20. We get to 0. Look at this. You guys know just by looking at it that 3/4 is the same as 75/100, and now we've shown a division strategy that proves exactly the same thing. Want to see how this works for a fraction that is a little trickier? Oh dear, gonna need to clean the board here. Well, check this out. What if you forget how to use benchmark strategies for a number like 5/6? Well, this is a division sign. 5 divided by 6. Right? So let's do it. 5 is getting divided up by 6. Well, 6 does not go into 5 any whole number of times. So we'll say 0. And then we'll start being sneaky. And we'll say, all right, does it go into 50? You bet it does. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 groups of 6 will go into 50. And what will we have left? 2. 6 doesn't go into 2 at all. But if we were sneaky, we could say, it does go into 20. 3 groups of 6 go into 20. And that 3 groups of 6 is 18. Subtract that. We got 2 left over. Well, it doesn't go into 2, but it would go into 20. It would go into it 3 times. 3 times 6 is 18. Great, take that away. What do we got left? 2. 6 doesn't go into 2, but it does go into 20. How many? 3 times. And then there's 18. But yeah, 2 left over. It doesn't go into 2. Guess what? This is showing the decimal for 5/6, 0.83, and that 3 is going to repeat forever. This is how you find a decimal, by dividing the numerator by the denominator using long division. Thanks for watching.